This is Ben with Strategic Telecom Solutions, and in this video I want to give you an overview of basic custom reporting. You have a large number of reports that you can generate from your MyGeotab web portal, and some of these reports you might want to change a little bit. You might want to adjust the format or add in some data or remove some data from the report. So I'm going to give you an overview of that here by focusing on one particular report. And I can find this report under my activity menu, and it's the first one in this list, the risk management report. When I bring up the report, I can choose my date range by clicking on options. So I can run this report for today, or last week, or last month, or a custom date range. I'll run it for this week, and then I can go ahead and hit apply changes. The next thing I want to do is get this report into Excel. I just want to show you what this report looks like to start. So to get it into Excel, I have this Excel icon up here, but I can't click on it. It's grayed out. And whenever I have that, what I need to do is change the view from list to either report or advanced. I'm going to choose advanced because that'll give me the most detail. And now I can click on that Excel icon and my report is going to generate and download. When I open up this risk management report, it's going to display as a pivot table. So over on the left, we have all the names of our vehicles, and it's showing us information like the date range, average speed. And now we get over here, we have sum of speed limit greater than limit 1, sum of speed greater than limit 2, greater than limit 3. So you have some preset speed thresholds in your database. The defaults are speed limit 1 is 70 miles an hour, speed limit 2 is 75, and speed limit 3 is 80. Those are numbers that you can change if you want to. But what this is telling us is that this first vehicle in the date range for this report broke 70 miles an hour, speed limit 1, 47 times. They broke speed limit 2, 75 miles an hour twice, and they didn't break 80 miles an hour. And then it gives you the totals for each vehicle and the grand total for your entire fleet down at the bottom. Next, starting over here in column I, this is showing us about number of stops. So in column I, you have the number of times that each vehicle stopped for less than 10 minutes. And then moving to the right, the number of times they stopped for more than 10 minutes, more than 20, more than 30, more than 40. And then in column N, the number of times each vehicle stopped for more than 50 minutes. In columns O and P, we have some information on idling. So the number of times each vehicle idled for more than 5 minutes and their total idling time. And then in the final three columns, data on after-hours trips, data on the total miles driven, and the total number of stops. I want to edit this report a little bit. I have all this information here on stops less than 10, more than 20, more than 30. And what I want to do is just get rid of it. I want to set up this report so it's on my dashboard, and I can just click on it to download, but I'm not interested in this data on the length of stops. So what I'm going to do next is go back into my portal, and over on the left side, down at the very bottom, I'm going to click where it says Administration, Reports, and Report Views. Now this is something you will only have access to if you are an administrator, but this is going to show you all the reports that you can run from your portal. If you have any custom reports, they're going to display at the top of your portal, but if you don't, this list is going to start with your built-in reports. These are all the reports that come built into your portal that you can run. And the way that customizing reports works is that I start by taking the report and getting it out of the portal. I'm going to make the changes that I want to make, and then I'm going to get that report back into the portal. So everything has to happen outside of the GeoTab web portal. I want to find that report I was just looking at, which was the Advanced Risk Management Report. This is in alphabetical order, so I can just scroll down and find it under Risk Management, or there's also a search bar at the top that you can just type in and it'll come up. So I select the report, and what I want to do is click on this button here up top that says Export. So I'm getting this report out of the portal so I can make my changes. When I open it up, it looks pretty similar to what we were looking at before, but it doesn't really have any data. And that's because we're just working with a template. This is sort of fake data, but we're not worried about that right now because we just want to change the information in the report, how it looks and what it displays. Here I have my pivot table, and when I click on it, it brings up these pivot table fields. So I can add in different fields or I can remove different fields. Now I wanted to remove some. All these stops greater than 10, greater than 20, I wanted to get rid of those. So I can just find these here in my checklist, and I'm just going to uncheck them. And as I uncheck each one, they disappear from the pivot table. So it jumps straight from number of times they broke speed limit 3 to idling more than 5 minutes. So it eliminated all those fields I wanted to get rid of. What I want to do now is save my report. So I can go to File, Save or Save As, and I want to save this in a location where I can find it because I'm going to need this in a second. So I'll go into Downloads and I'll just hit Save. Now I'm going to go back into my portal. So I've gotten this out of the portal, I've made my changes, and now I need to bring it back in. Administration, Reports, and then Report Views again. And now up top, I'm going to click Add Excel File. And I can either drag and drop my file here into this box, or I can just click it to browse my computer. So it was here in my Downloads folder. I know it was the last one that I put in, so I'll just select that, hit Open, and it's going to bring my template into the web portal. I can give this report a name by clicking on it, or I can change the name rather. So I'll call this Custom Risk Management. And under Report View, I have Show Report in drop-down list. I want to make sure that that's turned on. Now I can set this report to go on my dashboard, or I can set it up to be emailed, or I can do both. So I'll put this report on my dashboard. I'll click on the Dashboard tab. Display on Dashboard will be turned on. And then I can choose the date range for this report. If I want it to show data for today, or last week, or this particular report allows us to show data for the year to date. I'll make this a weekly report, so I'll choose last week. It'll refresh weekly at this time on a weekly basis. And I can change that to a different time if I want. Usually you want to pick Monday morning if you're showing last week. For assets belonging to is if I only want to show a certain group of vehicles in this report. Display dashboard to myself, I want to make sure is turned on. And then I can choose dashboard viewers. So if I want to make this report visible to members of other groups, or everyone in the company who logs in, or just me. Depending on your report, you may have some additional report options down here at the bottom. There's nothing I need to do on there right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Save. And now when I go out to my dashboard, here's my custom report added to the very bottom. So when I run this report and I open it up, you can see that all those fields for the stop times are now gone. So I've created the template, made my changes, put it back in, and whenever I run this report off the dashboard from now on, it's going to be exactly how I customized it. So that is an overview of basic custom reporting in the MyGeotab web portal.